Welcome to the Donley Auctions Unfiltered Podcast, where history meets the highest bidder. Hi, I'm Susan.
And I'm Randy Donley.
And along with our trusty auction dog, Tucker, we're here to bring you the thrill of the auction, the behind-the-scenes scoop, and everything in between. We've got amazing stories behind the treasures, even some crazy stories you wouldn't believe, insider tips for both buyers and consignors, and maybe even a cameo or two from Tucker the auction dog. So whether you're a seasoned collector or just dipping your toes in, get ready for a wild ride through the world of auctions.
Join us each week on your favorite podcast platform, but for the best experience, tune into this podcast on a platform that supports video like YouTube or Spotify. We've got some great visuals to enhance every episode. I'm Randy Donley with Donley Auctions, and I'm here today with Phil Rambo. And Phil, you brought kind of a special item here for us today. You've got your Shelby here. So tell us what it is and how'd you acquire it?
What it is, in my opinion, is it's probably one of the world's greatest garage finds. Very long story short, I found this car in a garage in Waukegan where a renter had just abandoned the property and the car was left there. My brother was the landlord. Called me up and said, hey, I found this really special Mustang. On further review, it turned out to be 69 Shelby.
69 Shelby.
1969 Shelby
GT500.
428 Cobra Jet.
Pretty cool.
Did the research on it and found out that I could get title to it by going through a court order, which I have documentation of all that. Ultimately got clear title on the car and went to the 100% restoration process. During the course of that, I found a second car, oddly enough, sequentially numbered to this one, and I have possession of that vehicle as well.
So for this auction,
Yes, sir.
we're actually going to be selling two Shelbys, correct?
Correct.
And they are consecutive VIN numbers.
Sequentially numbered 1969 GT500 Shelbys.
And you brought the other Shelby with you today, correct?
I brought part
You
of
got it in your pocket.
I've got enough to document its authenticity.
So here is the VIN number off of the second Shelby. So this one's actually first. This is
Correct.
09 and that's
Correct.
10.
FO2R 41409 and 410. And this was just total happenstance that I found this. When I acquired this car, word got on the street that I had this car, and I had a guy approach me to ask, did I need any additional parts for this? He said, yes, I had one back in the 70s, blah, blah, blah. Turns out I went over and bought all the parts, including some VIN tags and some other stuff. Turns out it was sequentially numbered to this.
Isn't that crazy? So we're going to be selling here two Shelbys. This one all restored by Phil, and a second Shelby that he has still totally in parts. So it's a restoration special for you because so many people say, "Oh, I want to do my own restoration." Well, here's your chance to have it both ways. You can have one totally restored, so you can have fun instantly. The minute you buy it, you've got a car to run around in, and you can still have the fun of doing it your way and restoring a Shelby from the ground up. So you've got, we're not going to have the parts here at this location. What we'll do is we're going to photograph them in your building. So in a future podcast, we're going to show you more. We'll keep this going for a few weeks until the auction, which is February 15th.
Correct.
Wow. So here's something that we want to let everybody know. Look we've got this beautiful red car, and if you want the ultimate Valentine's gift, this is it. So that's coming up on the 15th, day after Valentine's Day, so you got to at least make the promise.
One quick point, if I may interrupt. The other car is Acapulco Blue. This is what's called a T5 Candy Apple Red. So we've got the red and the blue. If some savvy buyer were to buy a white one, they'd have the complete Patriot package.
Oh, wow. So if you've already got a white Shelby and you want the red and the blue, there you go. Okay, but let's, we want to know a little bit more about this car. Can we pop the hood on her and see what we've got here?
Absolutely. It has the original 428 Cobra Jet engine, 100% freshened up, as they say, and has all the correct concourse, correct markings, hoses, part number, belts, whatnot. It's 100% authentic, with the exception of I did not ever get around to buying the original Coney front shocks. The original Coney shock absorbers were really not that effective compared to the gas shock absorbers of today. So other than that, everything else is 100% original.
On the Shelbys, they never had the Mustang logo on the front.
No.
They only had the
No.
Cobra,
No.
right?
And this was the only car to ever have this triangular shaped hood peak. They call this a peak molding. And this part was reproduced for a couple of years by Brander Performance, Tony Brander. He does all the Shelby and the high-end Mustang stuff, but they quit doing it because there was not enough demand. But that part alone, if you can find that damn molding, it's like $1,000.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
And
it's funny. This car's probably worth more in parts.
it is.
than it
Sadly,
is as a
sadly
car.
it is. But I would never do that.
No.
And with all these moldings, including the bumper, are all original. These are obviously replated, but this original, not even replated. I just cleaned that up as best I could. Nice. Windshield moldings, all the windshield moldings and the drip rail moldings are all brand new. I'm sorry, all original, because you can't buy any moldings you go to buy for cars nowadays for an older car. They're very tinny. These are all actually stainless, plated stainless, and they're much more durable. The new stuff, if you go to install it, it just bends right in half. It's like tinfoil. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. So you're always better off on these Mustangs in particular, keeping the original moldings. So
Great.
wheels are original. It's pretty much it's the real deal.
Okay. Unfiltered. I need to put my glasses on because we want to read the VINs to you. This one is 9F02R481409. The other car is 9F02R48410. So this one is first. The parts car that we're selling along with this was the next in line. 2 Shelbys for the price of one. Consecutive serial numbers. There you go. One thing I really like about this car is what you say is the engine is freshened up. I mean, this is the original engine of this car.
It is correct.
I'm also remember you telling me that there's no Bondo on this car.
There is not. There was Bondo on the car when I got it because it had originally had some driver's side rear quarter panel damage. And when I took the car for the initial repairs, the initial sheet metal work, I was able to find a brand new set of NOS, new old stock quarter panels. So there's no Bondo currently in the car.
Wonderful. Boy, people like to hear that.
Yeah. As I was telling Mike, the engine, transmission, and 9-inch Ford rear end are all original equipment, and they've all been either repaired or freshened up, as I like to say. I think the car was originally parked by the original owner because ultimately, in the process of going through the engine, I found it had 2 bent push rods, and I think he just got frustrated and parked it.
Got it.
So,
Wow. So, okay, let's close up the hood, and we want to hear this.
sure,
this.
absolutely. She should start, and fair warning, it might be a little smoky. It's a carbureted car, and they had chokes, and they might run a little gassy for a minute. So I'll start it and try and be brief.
Okay.
You happy?
Yeah. Sounds good.
It's got a great rumble with the exhaust they put on these. Had just such a nice tone.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, these had the what they call a transverse muffler, so the exhaust would come out and flow horizontally, and then it came out that I like to call it the exhaust chamber in the back. It they had a really nice sound to them.
Now, this is also the original interior on this car, with the exception of carpets.
That's correct. The seats, dash pad, all the instrumentation, steering wheel, everything is original. The carpet was replaced only because of the fact that it had a leaky heater core at one time. So Yeah, everything's original. And it's your roll bar, seat belts, everything.
And the roll bar. There's nothing cooler than the roll bar in the Shelby.
With the 5-point harness.
Nice, very nice. So Phil, and you'll be here for the auction?
Absolutely.
So if you've got questions about this car, you're going to be able to talk directly to Phil, and he's got a complete file of everything that was done, how it was done, receipts, everything to go along with this car. And of course, a whole nother Shelby for you to restore.
Great.
So
thank you.
Thanks so much for coming out.
Absolutely, Randy. My pleasure.
Tucker. Now, when Tucker heard the last podcast where I said, if you'd like to be in our podcast, well, here we go. The fact is, if you would like to be in our podcast, you have to have merchandise for us. We're looking for great collections for future auctions. So if you have items that you'd like to auction, let us know, because we'd like you in our next podcasts.
All right, Susan, what do you got for us today?
Hey, Ryan. Oh, you caught me. I was just planning a vacation. No, I actually am not. I'm here today to talk about online auctions. We get a lot of questions about online only. The other day someone asked, is that all you guys do? No, we don't do only online auctions. We do live and online. And actually we have coming up we just did one yesterday, but I don't know if you can see my chart here. We have 2 more online only auctions coming up, January 16th and January 23rd. January 16th, it's a Thursday. The auction starts at 10 a.m. It's online only. I'm going to show you how to get registered for an auction here in a minute. But that auction will be pocket knives. So if you don't know anything about pocket knives, check our website at donleyauctions.com. I'm sure there's some stories in there about pocket knives. And then on Thursday, January 23rd, we're doing straight razors. So I actually want to get registered for the pocket knives auction. I'm going to show you how to do it. Come on over, Ryan. Step by step. Okay, because I don't want people to be frustrated and think that this is difficult to do. So I'm going to actually show you how to do it, because we want to keep it simple, right? So the first thing you're going to do is go to donleyauctions.com, DONLEY auctions.com. And I want to register for the pocket knife auction Thursday, January 16th. Click on the red button. Here we go. See what happens. All right, so this explains all of our terms and conditions. Here's the catalog with all of the pictures of everything that's in the auction. So I'm going to register up here in the right-hand corner. Click the register button, and I'm going to type in my name, phone number, and I'm going to create a password real quick. Don't look. I consent, and should I subscribe to our newsletter? Yes, I will subscribe to our newsletter. It says you're almost done, and then you need to check your email for verification code. Let's see how soon that happens. There it is. That was fast. So I need to activate my account. They just want to make sure your email is accurate or valid. Click here. Am I official? I think I'm official. Let's see. Your account is pending approval. So now I'm waiting for someone at Donley Auctions to approve me to bid. And when that happens, I will get another notification. It didn't ask me where to put my credit card in though. Here, let's check my profile. Here, payment methods. Add payment methods. There we go. I'm actually going to put one in because I'm going to bid on one. So I'm going to put my card number in. You guys will block all this out for me. But I want to see how easy it is. Sometimes we get people who register and don't do this, and then they're wondering why it takes so long. So you need to do this first. 60180 and save. All right. So now I can actually go home and log in like we did before with your password and actually get onto the auction site. Let's get out of here and start all over and see what happens now. All right, I'm going back into donleyauctions.com, pocket knife auction, and I'm going to log in. Here's my profile. It says you must add a credit card to be approved, which I did. I did all that. Upcoming auctions, pocket knife auction right here, view catalog.
You could bid now, right, Susan?
I'm going to bid on this axe. request approval. Let's try that. You are approved to bid in this auction. Okay. So now I can actually go into the lot that I'm interested in and put a bid in. They're asking for a starting bid of $80 on this first item. I'm not going to bid on this particular one, but it also shows you photos of everything, and if you scroll to the bottom you can see a complete description and the size. It will also give you the estimated value of the item and the buyer's premium. So that's how easy it is to bid online. We hope you join us at our next knife or straight razor auction, January 16th and January 23rd. Again, if you have any questions, give us a call at 815-923-7000. We'll see you at the online auction. We're doing a walk and
more
talk.
goodies. Every day, more stuff. But Susan is here with us
I'm here,
today.
believe it or not. I'm here every day.
Everybody's asking all the time, where's Susan?
I'm busy.
We hear her, we just don't see her.
I'm busy.
So,
I'm making everything work around here.
Okay, yeah,
Cracking
you
the
do
whip
that.
on you guys.
But you wanted to hear the Shelby.
I did. I wanted to see if I could get in and I just want to hear it.
It's
Can
there.
we do that?
Be
Okay,
my
let's do
guest.
that.
Yeah.
Can I say I'm a Chevy girl, but I do appreciate the beauty of the Shelby here and the sound of a muscle car.
Okay.
So here it goes. The keys are in it, right?
Yeah, just make sure it's not in first gear.
It's in park. Oh, baby. How does it sound?
Sounds good. You look good behind the wheel.
That red is my color. Well, I just wanted to hear it. I just wanted to hear the rumble of the muffler.
Okay. So
it's off.
Susan's had her dose of a Shelby, and that's about it. She's moving on.
It's not the same if you don't get to drive it anywhere.
Susan wants a 69 Camaro is what we're looking for. Do
Yes,
you want
please.
a convertible or a hardtop?
Convert would be great.
Convertible,
Not
red.
asking for much.
So if you have one out there, contact us because I do owe her a Christmas present. She didn't.
Christmas for a few years, Valentine's Day for about 10. I don't know.
Okay.
It might be the year.
So 69 Camaro, red, convertible. Let me know.
Otherwise, this beauty's
Don't call Susan, call Randy.
Otherwise, this beauty's up for auction in February. I know you guys have talked about it
Yes,
before.
we have.
February 15th and 16th. Make sure you go to DonleyAuctions.com. Check it out. This is my personal favorite.
Okay.
And we've got some other beauties in here too.
And for now, I'm Randy,
I'm Susan.
and we'll see you at the auction.
That's a wrap for this week's episode. Be sure to join us next week for more amazing stories, hidden treasure tips, and a sneak peek at some of the incredible items hitting the auction block. And remember, if you're sitting on a hidden treasure, don't let it gather dust. Email us at consign@donleyauctions.com and we'll make it fit in your wallet.